and it is a French braid into a sock bun. We've only got a little side French braid here and the sock bun at the back. As with nearly all my styles, you can decorate this with ribbons or with flowers. It would look really very nice if you did the 4-stranded ribbon braid that I showed you in one of my previous videos instead of just a normal French braid. Of course you can use any kind of braid here, but you do need to do some kind of French to get this kind of textured look. If all you do is a normal braid, you'll get accent braids, which look very nice, but will stand out a little bit more than this one. Okay, let's get started. Alright then, you will need a bun form. Now this is actually a leg of an old pair of ballet tights. You can always cut the toes off a sock and roll that up, or you can use a bought bun form from a shop. I prefer using these. These have a bigger hole in them than the ones you would buy from a shop do, and that works much better for the rolled bun that we're going to do today. You'll also need a couple of hairbands and maybe some clips as well. What we're going to start off with is separating off part of our hair for the French plait. Now I'm going to do this by creating a side parting and then taking my hair so that there's about 1/4 of my hair in this section. And instead of sectioning this bit off, what I'm going to do is actually in effect section the rest of my hair. And I'm going to quickly plait it. And I'm plaiting it instead of just ponytailing it, because that will stop any strays from getting into the French plait that I'm going to make. And that's quite important, because otherwise it gets all a bit tangled up. You don't need to plait it all the way to the end, just enough to get it out of the way. Okay. Now with this part of our hair, what we're going to do, I'm just finger combing it right now, push it back and then take the very front bit. The smaller the front bit you get, the closer to the front of your head the plait is going to start. So just section it into 3, and I like to do 3 crossovers, and I'm going over the top rather than underneath because we're doing a French plait and not Dutch. So I've done 3 crossovers, and then take a small section of hair and add it in to your next crossover. And then we just keep doing this. Be sure to add small sections, because that will make sure that the plait is very even, and it will add to the look of texture that we get from doing this. Now I've added the last bit of hair. What I'm going to do now is just plait along a couple more strands. We're not going to keep this bit of hair plaited, it's just to hold it while I ponytail it. Because to make a sock bun, you need to have a base ponytail. So I'm just going to take these hairbands out. This will just keep the plait from unravelling. Okay. Pull all of your hair back into the ponytail. Now you need to have brushed it out to start with, because if you brush it now, you risk messing up the pattern of the plait. Position it where you want it on your head. Now this is actually a look all on its own. But what we're going to do is bun it. There are 2 ways of doing this bun. The conventional way is to put the bun form over the top of the ponytail holder, spread the hair around and put either another hairband over the top or a bun net over the top. If you have very short hair, this will be what you will need to do. However, I have long hair, and this leaves rather a lot too much hair left over to tuck underneath. So what I'm going to do is roll the bun form down my hair. So make sure you've got all of the plait out, and the hair, just the single hairband in the ponytail should hold this plait very secure. So take your bun form over the ponytail, slide it to the end of your hair. I'm hoping you can see this. My hair is actually, if your hair's any longer than mine, you're going to struggle with your arm length. It may be easier to get someone else to help. What you need to do is take the ends and wrap them around like this. And just spread them out. And then what you're going to do is roll your hair. Pull it taut, roll down and spread. Roll and then spread the hair around. So we're spreading the hair around the bun form. Now I like to give it a little push every so often just to make sure that it stays tight. Otherwise you end up with an absolutely enormous bun. And I find it gives a much more even result this way. So roll and move your fingers, don't keep your fingers all in the same place. And you will find that what your hair will do is sort of pouch up a little bit like this. And that's fine. Just keep rolling. I'll turn around so that you can see the final bit. Now the first time I rolled my bun down it wasn't very even, so I pulled it out tight again and rolled the last bit again, and you just keep doing that until you get something even. And you'll find that as it is, it's quite secure. But if, like me, you are using this hairstyle in a dance show, you're going to want to secure it a little bit better. There are several types of ways of doing this. You can use either these pins, the split pins, or the hair grips. The trick is to catch a bit of the hair of the bun in the bun and a bit of the scalp hair. Now remember, if you're using a store-bought bun form, they'll be foamy and you'll be able to put the pins straight through them. However, if you've got a rolled up sock, the pin is not going to go through it. Just remember that, okay? And I like to do 4. Wow, my voice is disappearing. I like to use 4 pins, but you can use as many as you like. And obviously if you haven't pulled the bun quite as tight as I have, what will happen is that if you put the pins in, if you're not very careful and very gentle, putting the pins in will warp the shape of your bun. What you need to be doing is doing it very, very gently. You have to be reasonably careful, but you should be able to do it just by the feel of your hand. You should be able to tell whether the bun is still round. Another solution to this, especially if you want it to stay very secure, is to put a bun net over the top of this. I currently can't find mine, so I'm not doing that right now. But you can just put a ballet bun net over the top and secure that however you normally would into the scalp hair, and that will hold this very, very securely. Just be careful when you put the pins in. Try and avoid putting too many pins over the plait, because what you might do, apart from the fact that this bit is going to be bulkier and therefore won't hold the pins quite as well, is that you might end up deforming the plait a little bit. And you'll notice that from a distance you can't really see it, but it does add a bit of texture. Okay, so I'll show you the style. And I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Happy styling!